Well, hello, friends. Oh my goodness, we've got our tidy up friends here today. It's so good to see your names. And welcome. Judy is here from Kansas. Cinda's here from Indiana. Linda from Tennessee. I love it. Hi, you guys. Carolyn is here from Michigan. Donna from Colorado. Isn't it fun seeing everybody from all over the US gathering in one place just to talk about organizing or talk about scrapbooking? It's always so fun to see you. Thank you for saying hello. Sandy's here from Colorado. And okay, Cinda's like, I got here early this time. Okay, last week we had quite a long tidy up. So today I just want to give you a quick little, more of like a tip slash something to think about if you have kind of a small space and how to use sometimes we have places that are very what should I say, almost like the prime real estate, right? And for me, that is like right where I sit, right next to where I create, where I, either scrapbook or craft or do whatever I do. Like the things that are right next to me is the most important. It's the most valuable real estate. It's like Broadway and Park Place and Monopoly, right? So anyone that has a space where they create, I think you feel the same. Like you need to have what's right next to you nailed down, like everything within reach, all your small spaces, figured out. And so I'm just going to share something that I really haven't talked a whole lot about in my tidy ups, which is, kind of what's here, what's right next to me when I create. So if you are new here, this is where you can find me, all the places. A lot of folks want to know, Lauren, how do I get all that stuff? Where do you find all the little things? And what I'm first going to suggest is watch last week, my top 10 favorites for right now, right here, right now. What are my top 10 favorites for organizing? And then I have a whole list of all the things right there in the description of the video. So that will give you kind of a broad overview of all the things that I'm using right now in my room. But today, like I said, I want to talk about kind of one particular space, and also it's a small space. So we're going to kind of jump into that. So welcome everyone. Lorraine's here, Shirley, Mary from Washington, Debbie's here, Joe, Chrissy. Good to see you guys. Thank you for saying hello, and thank you for the sweet thumbs up. Love to see those flying by on my screen. And Linda's here from Canada. Wow, awesome. Allie's here from Santa Cruz. Ooh, just up north from me. Helen from Montreal. Ooh, another up north neighbor. Welcome everyone. Patricia, Kathy. Oh, it's so nice to see all you guys. Okay, so today I'm going to give you quite a little different view. Let's just jump in and show you what I have for you. So this is a little different view. See, hi guys. But what this is actually underneath my workspace. So I'm going to just kind of give you a quick little tour, and then we're going to talk about what this awesome area is right here. Okay, so usually what you see is, me with my big wallow cubbies behind me. And we've talked a lot about all the different organizers in my wall of cubbies and how to store your paper and how to store your projects. But what I don't really cover is kind of what's under my desk, what's right at my fingertips. So I'm just going to kind of move over this way. So this is where my chair is. I put that in there so you can see this is kind of where I sit. This is a steel case counter height chair. So it goes along with my island, and I love this chair. I have this linked on my favorite things page, but it has rollers, it has a footrest, and anyhow, I'm always rolling around in my chair. got to have some good rollers. And then you'll notice, so that's kind of where my chair was. And then over here is my cart. You guys know how much I'm bonded with my cart, right? we, we all love our carts. I have all those different things up here, all my little containers. Here's my journaling pod. My adhesives are right here. So I still haven't figured out what to put in the bottom. Um, Last week I was like, oh, maybe I can put those memorabilia pockets, but they don't quite fit. At least two containers don't quite fit. So I'm still working on that. What I might put down there. I also sometimes what I do keep down there are my photo folders that are already folded. So that could be something, or I could put like current pictures or all that. So these top two shelves really are the ones that I use the most. You can see under here, I know you guys are going to ask, right? So when I originally designed this room and what furniture I wanted to go in here, this goes back a long time, right? I mentioned that I built my island. I built this whole island. So you can see this is my countertop right here. And I built this whole island based on the Michael's Simply Tidy cubes. Now, these are the new ones, not the old Recollections cubes. These are the new Michael's Simply Tidy cubes. And so you'll notice that these are those full height paper, they have the ones with all the slots in it. And those, I keep them on the wheels. You can see the wheels down there. But the whole thing doesn't move. Like I have the wheels locked, so my island doesn't move, but it's all modular, which I had to have. So if I'm looking at what I need to keep right here next to me, this under here, I don't really like crawling on my hands and knees and getting to all that stuff. So you can see that's really largely my photo storage, my power sort boxes that I am determined to work through and get all organized. So those fit perfectly on these different shelves, but you do have to kind of space them out, as you can see, so that just different boxes will fit on different shelves. And then over here, this is my pride and joy. I have to say, you guys, this is one of my, like, next to my cart. It's actually kind of a cart of sorts, really, if you think about it. This is my favorite right here. So what I did is I have one, again, a Simply Tidy modular cube, and then I put it on a half cube. Okay, so if I had put it on two full cubes, it would have been the full height, right? It would have been as tall as this one on the end that you can see over here. That's two full height cubes. But what I wanted was this little space right here. You can see where I'm pointing that way, right here, where I could put my trimmers, because as we know, as crafters, trimmers are one of the most important things to have. And as soon as I'm done cutting, I want it off my workspace and I want it just, someplace I can just put it away quickly. So what I decided, as I mentioned, I did a full cube on top of a half cube. And yes, it is on rollers, friends. So this whole thing can come out and move. So you can get to all the storage behind it. You can see, so I still have even more storage underneath and behind this cart. But what that does is give me all these places to store things. So if you have a small space, I love this idea of having a rolling cart that can just have all your necessities right at your fingertips. So let's go through what I have on this cube. And let me also say this is sturdy, super sturdy. And, so I can just throw my trimmers on here, and you can see I've got all kinds of trimmers. I have my Caterpillar. I have my Creative Memories 12-inch trimmer. I have my personal trimmer. I'm just always reaching for those trimmers. The other thing that I wanted right here so I can use it, put it away, use it, put it away, were my border maker system. Okay. And if you notice, all you have to do is take out one level. So if it's a 2 slot high, this fits perfectly. Okay. And the same with having an extra trimmer. So I think I mentioned on one of my lives that I'm looking at, I had to get the blue trimmer. You know, I don't know why, I just had to have it. But now I'm going to be using this for cutting larger photos. So now I have this right at my fingertips too. So it's going to go when my blades kind of get a little more worn. This is the trimmer I'm going to use for cutting photographs, because they do recommend not using this trimmer for your photographs because it does dull the blade faster than it normally would. Okay, so top shelf, there's, you know, and again, this is just on the rolling cart, so there's nothing to hold them on. It just sits on top. But once I have this slid in here under my desk, you know, it's perfect. So then this second row is my border maker. I'm going to move this for just a second. Sorry. I hope you can see it. Ah, can you guys see that? Border maker. So I'm going to give you a close up real quick, and then I'll give you kind of another, let's see, maybe I can, I'm trying to not shake this too much, but okay, there we go. So what I did is I used my label maker, as you can see, and I labeled all the different levels so that I can just glance and see what I have. And that makes things super easy to grab. So I don't have to kind of look inside and see what's in there. I can just look on the edge and see what I have. So what I would recommend is, if you want to have all the things you need right at your fingertips, is start making a list of the things that you reach for every single time you sit down, or every time you want to scrap, or every time you want to craft. What do you continuously reach for? So what I wanted was a system here where I had a lot of my tools. And I'm going to tell you a little bit more over here next to it. Over here, I have that other cube, and that's where I have kind of my projects. And I'll talk about that in just a sec. So for my tools, as I mentioned, trimmers on top, border maker. The next one down are my cutting mats. And yes, I have 4 because I usually use 2. But then if I needed to do another project, I just found I needed a couple extra. So these are the cutting mats that I use to do my layouts. And what you can see, these are so awesome because they're kind of like flat drawers. You can just grab them and pull them out. And, you know, so if you need to grab that cutting mat, you just pull it out and grab it. The next one down, oh, as we know, as soon as these came out, I needed to have those as well. The silicone mats, because whenever I use my repo adhesive, out comes my silicone mat, and I needed that right there. I also have, you know, I love to do some stamping, so I have some of my stamping tools. I have my little mini MISTI, my stamping board, a stamp cleaner, and then I have also my bigger MISTI down here, my memory MISTI. So I like having those handy. And then this row, I thought, you know, I used to have my rulers hanging on my cart, and they'd always be swinging around, right? Knocking on things. And so I said, you know what? I just need to have a little drawer, a little section for my rulers. So now my T-squares and my zero centering rulers just all sit right there. So it keeps them nice and handy. We go down and you can see I have my scoring board. You know, I've used that for years. My templates for my cutting system. Sometimes people ask, where do I keep those? I don't use them very much. That's why it goes kind of most used to less used as we go down. So those are pretty far down. And then I also sometimes, before I had my silicone mats, I loved my Teflon sheets. So if you're ever doing watercolor or any kind of inking, these are great to have. have my Teflon sheets, and then craft mats are under it. So what are craft mats? Well, those are my old CM mats that that row doesn't come out. But whenever my kids are needing to do something like a project or a craft project, I go, oh yeah, grab one of those old mats. Those are for crafts, like clay, anything you can put on there. Underneath that, in the cube down on the bottom, you can see under there are just a couple of boxes that I keep more of my organizing supplies handy. So again, not do I want in this small space right here, this tiny little space, I want everything that I use all the time right here. But I also, in this small space, so we're going to go over here a little bit now, I want the organizers, the things, my projects and my organizers. How do I keep on top of putting things away? I need to have my organizers handy. And so you've heard me talk about Baby Bear, Mama Bear, Papa Bear, Fill and File, 12 by 12 multi-pocket. And then these two at the bottom here that I just showed you, these down here, these are also just more organizing sleeves, right? So my coupon holders and different things, those are in a case. And my notebook dividers. So organizing, gotta have that handy so that when you get new product in, you have a place to put it away. So the last section I just want to share over here, okay, right here, is I also was finding that I don't like a whole lot of clutter on top of my workspace. And so, I really like having things separated and organized. And I think someone asked, oh, do you like that project organizer cart from Joann's? And I said, well, I kind of have my own project organizer just sitting right here under my workspace. So if you don't have this kind of a setup, you could look at I believe that's the name of it. It's a project cart. It has like trays and it's on rollers, and it's kind of the same idea where you can keep a stash of what projects you're working on, right? So like here I have where was it? This one. I have new product. This label says new product on here. So I can see, I'm going to see if I can get a little higher here for you. There you go. So I can see this is a new product that I want to work with. So I have down here a sketch and some paper, some new US of EA paper that I want to work with, and some ideas on some of that. And these are just things that I want to know. Oh gosh, they're brand new. I just got them. I want to play with them. So I keep a slot for new projects. I keep a slot for current projects. And then just other, like this is kind of that organization of what I'm working on. Different drawers have different compartments so that I don't have it on top of my workspace. And for me, this is one of the ways that horizontal space, for both of these, for this cart here and this one, these are two ways that I really think horizontal space works well. I love my vertical too. As you can tell under there, this is all vertical storage, but this I do love for horizontal storage as well. I have an old glass mat that just wouldn't fit anywhere else. So I have that here too. And then I also have, because this is project oriented, I have a section for sketches. So as you have seen, I love grabbing paper and just making sketches. So at some point, I'm hoping to kind of compile those. And then I have sketch paper. Now, sketch paper really is just index paper, the backside of all those sheets that we get in our paper packs, but it is good paper. So I'll either use that for layouts or to sketch on, but I love keeping a stash right there handy. And then as well, a slot for project sleeves. These are the sort and wait, now what are they called? Yeah, projects. These are they're like another mama bear from Creative Memories, the ones that are open on two sides. And I like these, as I mentioned, for like once I've got a project together, this is what I use to keep it together. And then I know I have everything that I need to work on in one of those sleeves. So this to me is really important because it keeps all those things off my desk, all of those things on my workspace kind of tucked away, but yet easy to grab because I can again just pull that out or pull this out and grab the things that I need to use and work with. Okay, so that is the my favorite kind of small space. You can see this doesn't take up a lot of space to have these two organizers. And once again, this is from Michaels and it's called the Simply Tidy. And you do have to buy these cubes with the slots in it come with a few of these dividers, but I did buy extras for those because I like all the things in all their little places. Okay, so that is just what I wanted to share today with horizontal organization. Yes, Sandy, perfect for horizontal organization. And then let me come back to the chat and see if I can, let's see, come back here. Okay. And let me see if I can just get an idea of if you have any questions about all those goodies under there. So, okay. Did I miss any questions? Yeah, Linda's like, I guess I'm going to go back to Michael's. That is really one of my favorite organizers. And like I said, having it, so, if I'm sitting here, it's kind of, can't quite see, but I'm sitting here at my desk. On this side, I have those, the Simply Tidy cubes. And then on this side, on my right-hand side, I have my cart. Both of those. And then my chair just slides right in between. So I feel like I don't need a whole lot of space for, me to roll under. I need my stuff right here next to me so I can grab it and have what I need. So hopefully kind of seeing what I have next to me tucked away within just my fingertips reach will help. And so those are some of my favorites. Okay. Let's see. Any other questions? View of under my desk. Sandy's like, I like that. I like seeing what's under your desk, right? So yeah, it's a little different view, but it does again show like if I'm sitting here, I don't always want to be jumping up and running over there, jumping up and running over there. Like I said, think about the things that you use the most often and then have those right next to you. Sometimes people ask, I should mention, where do you keep your cutting system? And let me see if I can. So we've talked about that a little bit, but just a quick reminder, like if I could put it on a drawer, I think I would, but my cutting system is right here. It's in one of the top, I don't know if I can, let me see if I can get this in the right place so you can see it. It's in the top drawer right here. Here. Which also, again, like if I'm sitting here in my chair, I've got my cutting system right here, and then my notebooks that we talked about last time, my spinner now, and then right under here in front of me, once again, is my cart and that new little, well, it's not new, but new to showing you my little storage system. Okay, so what do you guys think? Do you have any other questions? Linda says, do I keep all of the different stash and store pages together next to the bear? Yes. So all of those are in the same, the fill and file sleeves. I've got all those different ones in one box. So this one's fill and file. So I have the four up, the long, skinny, the full pages. And, you know, I could put dividers in here or little tabs to keep track, but usually I just grab this and then get the one I need and keep that stashed with my Mama Bear, Papa Bear, and Baby Bear for sure. Okay, great question. Okay, let's see. Any other questions? Let me check in. And also, I'm happy to answer if anyone had a question from last week, because I covered a lot of material from last week. That was a long session. So let me know. You can also leave comments for me, and hopefully I can check those out and then also come back and see if you have any other questions for me from there. Okay. Let me see. Just checking the chat one more time. Okay. And Helen's has another way of organizing her cutting system. Love to see it, Helen. Put it, if you're in our pop group, I'd love to see that in the pop group, how you can organize your custom cutting system. I know if I had a better, place, maybe, I don't know, maybe I could put it on the side here and I can have all my circles, all my ovals and all that, all organized and tucked away. Okay. In the old Power Sort box. Ooh, that's fun. I love that idea. Okay. Awesome. Penny wants to know, just curious what I have in the other drawers below my custom cutting system. Okay. I think I have shared that with you guys, but let me see if I can move my other camera so that it's a little easier for you to see. 1 second. Okay, yeah, there, that works. All right, oops, I gotta push that back in. That bothers me. Okay. All right, friends. So, sorry for the bumps. So this one is, again, this system, this cubby, these drawers are right behind me. So right behind where I sit. This is my custom cutting system drawer. You can see I've got all my shapes in there. The next drawer down are, yes, yet another trimmer. Audrey keeps her trimmer in here. So this is actually Audrey's trimmer. I have my decorative trimmer and my circle cutter, along with some extra blades and some tearing rulers, different things. So more cutting in that drawer. Then this drawer has more tools. So this is kind of my extra tools. I have my envelope maker, an extra border maker system, just kind of those older tools that I still have that, I can't get rid of them. The next one down, that is my Overstock adhesive drawer. And you can tell I love my adhesive, but when I run out, I like to have it handy and right next to me. So this is where I keep like my boxes of refills and other things that are not in my cart. So I do have, this is my overstock of adhesive. And then the bottom drawer down here, this is more tools. Oh, sorry, you can barely see that. There we go. So these are less used tools that I have. These are my punches, my disc punches, the Happy Planner punches, my notebook punch, all other kinds of punches, heavy duty scissors, stapler, heavy duty stapler and staples and so forth. So these are kind of really big bulky tools that I only use once in a while. And then the bottom drawer is so not exciting, but this is where I keep my laminating, because laminating the sheets were really big. So I just needed kind of a long skinny drawer to keep those in. Okay. And guys, I am going to hopefully soon have a full craft room tour with all the things once I get a few more things worked out. So I don't know if I've mentioned on here, but there's a few more changes happening in the Hines house, my oldest is moving out, which is kind of a big thing for us. And she's going to be vacating her room, which is actually just down the hall from my craft room. And so, yeah, photo splits, right? I know. Some of those are vintage, right, Belinda? Vintage. Okay. So when my daughter moves out, I'm going to actually, there's going to be a whole new reorganization to some of the things that I've had to keep here in my craft room, where I've had business slash crafting, kind of everything bulging out of all the places. So my goal, my hope is that I can clear out some more of that stuff and then really devote this space to just crafting and creating, and then keep all that office stuff in her room. So that'll be happening over the next month and a half, probably. So some more changes coming. So once I get that done and get my room again kind of resituated, I'm hoping to do another craft room tour. So it'll be exciting. I'm excited. I'm excited for my daughter. It's her first, kind of venture out of the house, but it's not too far from home, which I love. So she'll be close by, but she'll have her own space, which she needs. And so we're happy. Okay. Any other questions? Don't cry. I know. Don't cry. I know. It's hard when they leave, right? But hopefully, it's good because she's not too far. She's only like 15 minutes. So, okay. How to take pictures. So, Ken, how to take pictures of my projects and do I watermark? Oh, that's a good question. So typically, like you can, let me see. I think if taking photos of your projects, I know this is a little off topic, but taking projects of your photo, really the best thing to do is get a good editing program, because white balance to me is the trickiest part of taking photos. So if you can get something that helps you get those whites super white and crisp, that's going to make your pictures look much better, as well as a nice backdrop for that. And I think it's important you could use something like Canva to put your branding on your photos. I always think that's important too. So, okay, hopefully that answers some of those questions. Yeah, I know. More changes, Sandy, more changes. Okay, and also next week, I'm super excited. I'm actually going to get one more carousel that I didn't order the first time. So hopefully I'll be able to share that next week with you and let you know how that's working for me as well. So that is all for today. Like I said, I wanted to keep it short and sweet, share a little tip of what's under my space, what's in a very small space, how to organize, how to keep everything you need right at your fingertips, right? So I hope you give it a try, or think about, what can you use so that everything you need is right where it can be. And, the one thing about these cubes is that those little horizontal spaces work out so well for some of our tools, like, the mats and the different things like that. So, yeah. Okay. Oh, and Kellen did. Okay. Thank you. So there's another post in the pop group. Thank you. So if you want to get more ideas and see some photos of layouts and carts and all that good stuff, if you haven't joined my pop community, which is Progress on Projects, we are I'm right here on Facebook at Progress on Projects, the pop community, and it is a free Facebook group to join, where we talk about how to keep motivated, how to keep making progress on your projects, and all things kind of fun. And as you see, we also post fun photos of our organizing successes, right? So thank you. All right. I'm going to have to go check that out, Helen, and thank you for doing that. And also, have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your week. I hope to see you at Friday Night Scrapbooking, because this Friday we are going to talk about Peekaboo Pockets, another definite hot topic. And I have just, every time I use Peekaboo Pockets, I go, oh, I could try this. Oh, I could try this. And actually, I just uploaded another video on YouTube where I used 6x12 Peekaboo pockets horizontally. So I'm going to answer questions on how I did that and share a lot of other fun tips for Peekaboo pockets with you. All right. So hopefully we will see you then on Friday for Friday night scrapbooking, and we'll see you next week as well. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Bye for now. Take care.